episode 1 called Generation Y.
Why?
Yeah, not CTI or CTY.
CTY.
But Generation Y. So yeah, we've got 2 shows. We're back to having to do 2 shows. This is not a thing that I ever wanted to have to do, is do 2 shows, but we're gonna try it. It worked during Yellowstone, but we're also not gonna go like 3 hours on this thing.
No.
We're gonna go. Yeah, Earl does not want to go 3 hours.
No, we can't do that. Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yeah,
we did.
We did until just now.
Oh. Check 1, 2. Check 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're good. You're fine.
All right.
Just as long as the input says that you're using your proper microphone. That's all that matters, Dr. Earl. He's like, maybe it does. Maybe it says that I do. We've got some people hanging out in the chat already, of course.
Craig hears me. He hears me.
Yeah, we got Brian, we got Craig, we got Roth, really hoping Rhett forgets.
Brian, I got no intro on my end either. I was checking I usually keep YouTube in the background on just to make sure. It was weird. Anyway.
No. Straight in.
No intro? Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Mine had an intro.
No, I think you went live. I just think it just didn't catch for some reason. I don't know. Lag on the site.
Lag on the site, as always. Yeah.
We'll blame YouTube.
Oh, Roth. Why does he
early on here?
He's poking the bear.
Sorry. Yeah, don't. Come on.
That's rough. That's rough.
Let's get back to the topic at hand.
Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in because we've got 2 shows to dive into.
We got 2 shows. So which one are we doing first?
We're going to go ahead and do Star Wars first.
Okay.
We're going to do Obi-Wan Kenobi first. Part 4, of course, directed by Deborah Chow. She's directing all of them. Coach, what's up, buddy? Glad you could make it.
Coach.
3 or 4. Well, 3 new characters this episode. Like 3 main new characters this episode. One that doesn't last through the whole episode, unfortunately. But we get Roken hanging out as O'Shea Jackson Jr. Which
Roken is playing O'Shea Jackson Jr.?
No.
Say that backwards, Michael.
No, Roken is played by O'Shea Jackson Jr. Who, if you're not in the know, that's Ice Cube's son.
Yeah,
it's Quinlan Voss.
No, it's not.
No, it's not Quinlan Voss.
No, it's not Quinlan Voss. Fetmatic, what's up, buddy? And then we've got Sully, who is working for the Path. She is, and apparently these people do not consider themselves military. They are simply trying to get Jedi from point A to point B, basically, or helping the Jedi. Sully, played by Maya Erskine,
rebelling yet.
Who's been in a lot. If you look at Maya Erskine's IMDb, I guess she's a comedian, maybe it looks like, or a comedic actress, because she was in one of the revivals of Wet Hot American Summer. She's been in a bunch of stuff. She's in a very popular show that I don't watch on Netflix, and I don't even know how to say it, and don't want to say it because it's like spelled weird. It starts with a P, ends with an S. You can put your mind in that, but it's a popular show on Netflix. Which I won't. I think it's on. It's either Netflix or Hulu. It's on one of the streaming services. Sully, she lives.
Prices starts with a P and ends with an S.
Yes, that's it. She plays Sully, and because she's Maya Erskine, she lives. Unfortunately, Wade, who is Ryder McLaughlin, who I have never heard of, and Wade doesn't make it, but he died. They died for a good cause.
No, my only, that's maybe my biggest issue with the episode. That moment, I just didn't care
that he died.
I had no build up for this character at all.
Yeah, we didn't spend enough time.
He stupidly stuck around, and I was just like, why do I?
Pin 15.
Pin 15. That's exactly what it is.
I didn't feel bad for him.
No,
you're jumping ahead.
Yeah, I didn't either. We're jumping all over the place. I didn't really feel bad for Wade either, but that's okay. Now, one really interesting character moment that we had with Roken, I thought, was his mention of being married to
a Jedi.
Well, he didn't say Jedi. He said Force user, or he didn't even say anything. I would just assume that it was probably just a Force user because, as we've learned, the Inquisitors were looking for anybody and everybody that was showing any ability
force
to use
sensitivity.
Force sensitivity at all. So I wouldn't think that, Jedi that's supposed to be a hard thing to get to is like Jedi. So I don't think that he would have been married, because that Jedi, depending on the era, I mean, kind of would have been breaking a Jedi code by being attached to somebody, right? I mean, so
Well, they lost the war.
been 10 years.
10 years.
it's been 10 years. Yeah.
Hey, they can hang out, do what they.
Yeah, that's how I took it also, Craig. Like, just a Force-sensitive person, maybe not like full Jedi, and you would have thought he would have said as much. I was married to a Jedi, like, be proud of that. My woman was a Jedi. Like, I'd be kind of proud of that if I was married to a Jedi, right? We're basically doing an attack on the Fortress Inquisitress, which Inquisitorus, which also was a really good Yes album in the 80s. So it was one of my favorites. Liked it a lot.
I don't know if you're honest or not.
Prog rock, Fortress Inquisitorius. I like the design of that fortress. It's underwater,
yeah.
So we get to see the breather thing from episode 1.
I love
Obi-Wan using that. That was a good like episode 1 callback.
The breather apparatus.
So anything in particular that jumped out in this episode for you, Roth?
Well, you see,
No,
it was all about.
I called him Roth. I did it.
It was all about the creation of life, Jacob. It was about.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Don't let them derail us. We must stay on the path.
Anything that jumped out to me, in this episode, how bored I was at points.
Oh wow! See,
yeah, there was some.
Man, I loved this episode.
This was not a beloved episode.
Yeah.
I loved it though, because it felt so OT to me, like the hallway, like going down the hallways, like the design of the fortress felt like very original trilogy, like Death Star, like the blacks and the white.
No,
I mean, I loved a lot of the design.
I agree with that.
And the music was not distracting, which it's been a bit distracting to me these last several episodes, because it's not like, it doesn't feel very Star Warsy at times, but this I didn't feel like. I mean, even her walking in, I liked that. I know that it was like supposed to be kind of distracting music, but I liked when Reva was walking into the fortress. I kind of dug that like evil sounding walking through the fortress music. This episode for me just felt really original trilogy. I really kind of liked it, actually.
I mean, you had your T-47s, and that was cool, and there were some cool things. I think threatened child torture can be cool. But don't do it. Don't do it.
No, it was not good.
Bad guy.
Yeah.
Threatens child torture.
Yeah, it was not. That was not. Yeah, because Leia they were about to show. Yeah, she was about to get tortured. Yeah, I mean, I agree with Coach. We don't want to necessarily see that portrayed on film, but I mean, nothing happened. Leia's fine.
She got smuggled out in a big giant overcoat, so we're good. We're good.
Dude, I'm so okay with that. That felt so Star Wars to me. I don't know why
that
people
didn't bother me that much. I mean, when I saw it, I immediately said, "Yeah, that's going to bother a lot of people." But I was just there was just a lot of chaos happening on the deck. I could honestly see idiots. Stormtroopers not seeing that, honestly.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, they're not paying attention to that. I mean, they see a guy in an Imperial trench coat and an Imperial officer next to him. Like, why are they going to bother paying attention to that? I mean, when all this other stuff is going on around them. I had no problem with it at all. I thought it was funny. I thought it was cool. Yes, Brian.
I did notice that.
Brian, this was very cool.
That's very important.
Some force sensitivity.
Reva was surprised, right? She was like,
she said, "You're very strong," or whatever.
Yes.
I thought that was very cool. In fact, Leia, I think, resisted that so much to the point that also she was sort of able to like reel Reva in a little bit to, I'll tell you everything you need to know, and then like tricks her there at the last minute. And it felt like Reva was fooled and bought into Leia. Like, maybe Leia's actually going to help me a little bit. I mean, it felt felt like Reva was sort of played.
Reva felt like Reva or Reva. Reva.
I don't care what her name is.
Anyway,
Reva.
She thought she had her kind of like manipulated.
Yeah.
And then Leia kind of turned the tables on her, and so she was like, "Okay, we're done with that. Put her in the threatened child torture chamber."
Yeah, the probe that looked like it was from Goldfinger or something, like the big laser.
I mean, it's
it's Star Wars though. I love the design of this episode.
Yeah.
I just thought it was really cool looking.
Yeah. Are we talking about what we liked, or what are we talking about?
Just whatever you want to. We're not going in any, dude. When have we ever done anything in order?
No,
when have we
well,
ever,
I mean, you were asking. I thought you were asking.
Yeah, you can ask.
Table.
Yeah, go ahead.
What we thought about the episode,
or
what we liked in the episode.
Yeah,
I was just trying to clarify.
Yeah.
No, the parts I really liked were the. I liked the scene where he fires up the lightsaber, like it's
in the dark
room.
Yes,
and he fires it up kind of from a distance, and you see the action, and it cuts over here. That was a great scene. I loved angry Vader after they get away.
Oh yes.
So that's a wonderful.
He was
scene.
not happy.
In fact, I wish we would have seen him destroy more. But
I didn't really understand how Obi-Wan went from, I can barely resist Vader, and didn't seem to really know how to swing his lightsaber very well, to all of a sudden he's like deflecting. Now maybe it all came back to him.
Character development. Come on.
Yeah,
we got to speed this up.
Like as each
he
episode,
could barely move that little bolt. Remember, he was like trying to pull the force. Next thing you know, he's holding that water back. I would have liked that progression to have been a little bit slower.
We don't have time. We don't have time for it to be slower.
I don't know if we had time for this episode. Honestly, it felt like a Clone Wars episode.
I agree.
Which is not a terrible. It was just too short.
It felt like one of those Dave Filoni episodes where in 2 weeks we'll be like, oh, that was good character building to get to where we've got at the end. Yeah. But it didn't feel like it moved the story forward other than getting Leia back, and you could have just written around that anyway. And anyway.
Well, I mean, you got to get Leia back. I mean,
but you could have ended episode 3 differently and had a different episode 4. But yeah,
Roth makes a good point here. I mean, sometimes when you're in a life and death situation, stuff comes back to you a little quicker than like when you're just trying to move a bolt on a ship. I mean,
that's fair.
Well, that's how we picked up Leia.
Yeah.
She was about to die.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it seems like he's able to tap into
the emotion.
He's able to tap into it like right in an intense situation, which. Yeah, but we did need to see him using the lightsaber more, and it gets
and it's like he was back, and
you get some the whole concept of muscle memory in this case. Yeah, that works for me as well. I mean, I thought it was fine.
But he's got like 2 groups of guys shooting at him in a narrow hallway. I just didn't. That's a lot of people.
Oh, he was blocking laser. He was pointing them at lasers, like blocking them so they'll hit and stuff. It's
amazing. It's amazing.
It's all what we need to see Obi-Wan be able to do. I mean, it's kind of like the progression that needs to happen for him to face Vader one more time.
And kick his butt and then put him back in lava. No.
I'm gonna.
He's gonna burn him again.
No.
Yeah. No, yes, the saber flip at the end. Yes.
A lot of people commented about that.
That was cool. That was
a very cool part.
That's true, Fedmatic.
There was some struggle, but look, he's back. I think he's fully back at this point.
I think he's
95%.
Yeah, like 90-95%. Yeah.
Yeah. How much more do you think we're going to play with this whole concept of the path? Like, are we really good? Like, are these last 2 episodes going to be? Is the path even going to be a part of it? Like, where Roken's going to even be a part of these last 2 episodes? Or are we done with him? Basically,
do we go to Tatooine? I mean, of course, the show.
We've got to get back there.
The show will end on Tatooine, I imagine. But
yeah, because we've got to see Bonnie Peace still. I mean, as Beru, she's like supposed to be in the series, so we've got
brought her in. They brought her in to just do that one voice role.
That voice, like you hear in the background.
We see her from a distance. No, we didn't see her.
No, I don't think we did.
Yeah, I think she was behind the building. Yeah,
I think we just hear her voice.
We didn't even see her.
Yeah, so I'm guessing episode 6 is back on Tatooine, or I'm sorry, part 6 is back on Tatooine. It kind of has.
I think there'll be a return at some point.
And then
I guess now that they're going to do a season 2, Is it confirmed yet?
I mean, it's not confirmed by anybody other than
all the people who talk on
a couple of people. A couple of the actors have said, yeah, I mean, we would love to do a season 2, but that doesn't mean there's going to be one. Now, if Ewan McGregor says he wants to do 6 more episodes playing Obi-Wan, I mean, Disney would be dumb, or Lucasfilm would be dumb not to do it.
If Ewan says yes, and the streaming numbers that they're getting for the show, yeah, I mean, that's a no-brainer. Even though I personally, if I think you're going to map out a miniseries, I think you should just do the miniseries. But
sure, I
understand as a business,
you got it's content, baby. You got to have the content out there. I'd even watch a spinoff with Roken as the star, like O'Shea Jackson Jr. and all about the path.
He's in the episode for like 3 minutes, Mikey.
I know, but I like O'Shea Jackson.
And he's barely. That's the thing. Like he's like, I'm not going to help you. Oh, okay. I guess I'll help you. That's literally his character arc. I was like, what
character? Yeah.
Why not a little bit more struggle or not sure? I don't know.
Because there's no time.
Because we have to have a 30-minute episode. We can't waste a minute of.
This is what I agree with here. I think that there is a possibility that if they do a season 2, it won't have anything to do with the events of season 1. In fact, they would even just call it maybe another limited series.
Like, well, you definitely don't want to have Leia back. I mean, you got to.
No, I don't think they would.
Leia to bail.
Yeah, she can't be with Kenobi for too long.
Hey, let's hang out.
Yeah, exactly.
I would imagine.
They sure were heavy. They were sure heavy in this episode with the Ben. Like a lot of Ben being thrown around. Leia calls him Ben. Tala calls him Ben. Yeah. I mean, they want us to think that Leia will forget that Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ben are the same person or something, just to make those people that are like, she should have never met him before, she went searching for him in A New Hope.
Yeah, I think it's a stretching of canon, but I don't know that it breaks canon, even if she knows
it doesn't break it. But
I think it gives. I think one thing that they're trying to do is give more context to, again, her son.
Oh yeah, this was interesting.
That's right.
Knew him as General Kenobi.
Raiden
that was O'Shea Jackson, right?
O'Shea Jackson's character.
Roken.
I'm sorry, Roku.
Yeah, Roken knew him as General Kenobi, which you would think only people that were involved in the Clone Wars era would have known him as General Kenobi.
Ooh. Or he's such a legend that he's known as Kenobi.
That could be.
Maybe this is Quinlan Voss, but he's gotten a face modification and he's undercover.
He's undercover.
He's Roken.
He's lost the dreads.
Yeah.
The dreads are gone. He's Roken.
So I did like Tala.
I did find that interesting, though.
I like the Indira Varma. Tala.
She's great.
I liked her. I like the way she kind of like worked that guy over at the security thing.
Oh yeah,
he was like, I'm gonna need to see what you're. She's like,
and she even to some extent worked Reva.
I thought they were gonna kill her.
Oh, I thought they were too.
Yeah,
she even worked
I did too.
Reva or Rev or whatever we're calling her. I think that she worked her over a bit too, like with the back and forth that they were having.
She was stalling her. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she was like, yeah, of course I'm a spy, but I'm a spy for you. That was a good play of words, and basically throwing back at Reva what she was trying to throw at her. So she's pretty sharp. I like Tala quite a bit. I mean, there's got to be a point where we lose a character that we like, though. So I think she dies at some point.
That was Wade.
So we don't care about Wade.
He was just
that's the thing.
Saw him in the background. It's like, what?
So what's funny about that actor is his real name is more of a Star Wars sounding name than his character's name. Ryder McLaughlin is his real name.
Nice.
And his character's name is Wade, which doesn't sound very Star Wars to me. I would have just been like Ryder. Let's just call it the same name. Let's just call him Ryder. Yeah, I mean, I think Tala dies before the end of
Tala got to go bye-bye.
I think she's a goner.
Do you think there's a romantic interest developing between Obi-Wan and Tala?
No.
That'd be depressing.
No? That'd be depressing. No. Yeah. He only has eyes for Satine.
Yes.
He will never have eyes for anyone else.
I mean, here's a captain in the Empire who has defected.
Yeah, but it's clear that he doesn't end up with her at the end of the day.
So right. I don't think so. I wouldn't want to see Obi-Wan.
They could have many years together. Well, not
because I like the idea. I like the idea that the only woman. I like the idea that the only woman that he has ever loved is Satine, and he will never love another. I like that whole idea.
She's Rey's mom.
Rey's mom.
We did not know that.
No, we see.
No.
We know who
Rey's mom is.
Love child of Tala and Obi-Wan.
Dude, whatever. It's ridiculous. Right. That is ridiculous.
Somehow.
Yeah, there wasn't honestly much that happened in the episode, but like I said, I really liked the design of the episode. I liked the design of Fortress Inquisitorius.
I
thought it was really cool. I like the idea of it, part of it being underwater. We've got to talk about the tomb.
Yeah.
They're in what looks to be amber.
Yeah,
Jedi tomb,
it looks like Jurassic Park amber. Yeah,
it looks like that. To the extreme, you would think, well, if they're in amber, maybe they're accessing their DNA somehow, which would be a very Empire thing to do.
A very Jurassic Park thing to do.
Was Grogu there? Was Grogu in there?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they're into this whole clone stuff, and so if they're keeping these former Jedi and youngling and whatever in this amber-like substance, they could be accessing some DNA.
Do we know some of those characters?
I can't remember the name of the only one that apparently is known is the one at the very beginning. The first one that he looks at is a somewhat known Jedi.
Actually, I'm looking at it right now. It's I recognize that guy. Yeah,
he's got
I've got some of these
weird face. The other one looked like really generic, but I'm sure there's been some red circle YouTube page that has circled all of them and said, here's their names. The little kid, keeping the little kid is creepy. I mean, that youngling, I mean, that's rough stuff. Keeping a youngling in that. So Obi-Wan was pretty appalled by that. He was like,
pretty well preserved for like 10 years because he still had the helmet on.
He still had the helmet on, which makes no sense. Did you see
in the back, like there's a scene like in one of the rooms where there's like a bunch of lightsabers lined up, or was that in Vader's castle? With like,
I don't know. I don't remember
something
that.
I just saw. Oh, here we go. Coleman. Okay, now
Trevor.
I'm watching some Easter eggs thing. Just it's
Earl's watching another YouTube show.
He's multitasking.
While he's recording a YouTube show.
There's things. Oh, they're maybe even saying one of them could be Quinlan Voss, but I don't know about that. Seriously, that's what they just showed. It's got to be true.
I don't know.
It's just because the guy has dreads and he's frozen. So
I don't think
in the amber.
I don't think that was
Tara Sanubi.
I think they're trying to say that Quinlan's alive right now. So
yeah, I think Quinlan's alive right now.
Tara Sanubi, is that what you said?
Tara Sanubi is the name of the one with the.
Yeah,
they're showing them right now. Tara Sanubi. Here, I'm going to answer your questions.
Yeah, that's why you're here, Dr. Earl.
As these things keep cycling through on my
things keep
YouTube.
cycling through. But yeah, I mean, the only reason for the Empire to keep those Jedi bodies is, in my opinion, for them to try and access DNA or do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was
experiment in some scientific sci-fi.
I think I mentioned this last week, but I was listening. I want to say it was Rebel Force Radio that I was listening to that had a really good point about the fact that Reva's eyes aren't yellow. So she has not fully committed herself to the dark side, because usually that's what you see with Sith, is that their eyes are yellowed or discolored in some way. And Reva, the indication that she's maybe not fully a Sith is because, or given herself to the dark side, is because she doesn't have the discolored eyes or whatever.
Now, do the other Inquisitors have yellow eyes? I mean, I know Rand does, but did the brothers and the sisters?
I think the fifth brother did. I don't know if we've seen a close enough shot of the fourth sister. Yeah, I think the fifth brother did. I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's not an apprentice, right? I mean, I don't think so. I mean...
Now... I guess maybe even lending further credence to your theory, maybe.
Fifth brother does in Rebels. Maybe it's just harder to see in this particular series, but...
Dooku never had yellow eyes.
But he never fully gave himself... I don't think he
that's what I was going to say. Maybe lend credence. He was a Jedi who whenever
a former, like a fallen Jedi. Like,
well, but can't they veil that? I mean, obviously the Emperor didn't have his eyes glowing until he went full, right?
Full Emperor. Yeah, maybe they can veil.
I mean, I think they can veil it, so they're
I just don't feel. I feel like we're going to see her at the very end save Obi-Wan, because I think Darth is going to have his way with Obi-Wan in either the 5th or the 6th episode, and
have his way with him.
Rev is going to have to step in. Yeah, like beating him to
that
a
old
pulp.
Robot body that can't really swing his lightsaber. Come on.
I don't know.
Obi can take him.
I don't know. I like to see that, but I also like the idea of Vader. We're going to see a very powerful Vader.
Vader would probably kick his butt. So.
Yeah, we need to see that. I mean, I think like for
the only way
for the integrity of that character is somebody's going to have to step in, and I think Rev is going to have something's going to flip in her mind, and she's going to try and stop him or whatever. Nah, I mean, if it's for a cause of saving Obi-Wan's life, I'm fine with it. Totally. I mean, because that's believable to me that he's struggling against Vader, because really Vader at this point should be way more powerful than Obi-Wan. And
he'll beat him. He'll beat him.
We need to see that. I mean, we need to see him struggling at least and getting to the point where he maybe
by helping him, you mean she would get impaled by his lightsaber? Because
I
don't imagine she's going to be able to overtake.
No. I mean, like she's gonna distract Vader to the point where it gives Obi-Wan time to get away.
Yeah.
What if she's so ambitious that she just gets in the way and wants to take care of Obi-Wan herself? And I don't know. I still think there's that youngling
really bad
that she's the youngling at the beginning.
Yeah, she is.
I still
that's
think
obvious to me.
Yeah, that's that we know. I just think that this whole like thing with her trying to get Obi-Wan is still a ruse. I think I just feel like I feel like her main target's Vader, and that she's going to end up helping Obi-Wan. I feel like something like that's going to happen, because there's nobody else that we have seen yet in the series that would be able to step in a situation to distract Vader enough. Like Fifth Brother ain't going to do it, and this fourth sister that we've seen so little of ain't going to do it. I mean, so and the Grand Inquisitor's apparently dead.
No, he's not.
Well, I saw I think Rupert Friend was joking or responded to somebody on Twitter today, something about him having 2 stomachs.
Yeah, he said that on a talk show, I think.
He said that on a talk show. Like, it was just one stomach that was impaled, and he's fine, and he'll be back. I thought that was pretty funny.
Just tell him to eat a sandwich. He'll be fine. He's got another stomach.
He's half bovine, apparently. He's got multiple stomachs, and so he's...
I'm running on corticosteroids right now, so if he needs any, he can...
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Do you have the COVID, man?
I don't know what I had.
It wasn't that.
I didn't test positive for COVID, flu, strep, anything. So anyway,
enough to have some steroids, though.
Yeah.
Look, R.I.P. Wade. Come on, let's give it. Let's give it. A shout out, Sully and Wade.
So in my mind, 30 minutes is what we're going to give each of these shows. So let's wrap up this. Any final thoughts on this episode?
Don't forget, Lola is the eye turns from blue to red.
That's right.
Yeah,
because it's now a. I wonder if it's going to attack.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
She planted. That's the only reason he spared her. Reva,
because she has the thing on board to track them.
You've got monkeypox, is what Roth says.
It's not showing up.
No.
Well, we don't call it that anymore, but that's another story.
Come on, the WHO said we can't call it that anymore.
Wait,
Roth.
what?
Come on.
No.
It's now chimpanzee pox.
Chimpanzee pox. You have to be more specific. The tracking beacon.
Primate pox.
Yeah, the tracking beacon is how she saved her life, basically, because Vader was about to snap her neck, and she was like, "I put a tracker." That was good. That was good stuff. Look,
I was surprised he didn't just snap her neck in that moment.
This was some good acting for Reva. I'm going to say that.
I knew for the story of the show he wouldn't, but in that moment, I almost thought just instinctively he'd just be like, and then ask questions later.
Yes, Roth, look it up. I wouldn't lie about the WHO. I know all.
I don't even know if you're being sarcastic.
No, I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not.
Unfortunately,
I'm not. apparently monkeypox offended some people, and so we can't use that anymore. We have to call it something else. All right, so part 5 coming your way this morning at some time.
2 o'clock.
I started a new job.
Depending on where you're.
I started a new job, so I'm gonna have to not watch it until the morning. I think I'm gonna set an alarm for like 5 a.m. and watch it in the morning. Yeah. Oh yeah. Apologies accepted, Reva. Yeah. Apologies accepted, Reva. So I think it was a great episode. I really liked it. I know you guys were not as hyped on it as I was, but I thought it to me just had a lot of original trilogy vibes to it. Mm-hmm. And even like a couple of prequel trilogy moments, like I said, with the breather under the water and stuff.
That I liked.
There was some cool stuff. I really liked
the snow speeders.
The one funny thought that I had when he was swimming underwater and that shark went by him, I was like, oh, I wonder if that's those shark people from the Clone Wars. That's like the one funny thought that I had.
Oh, wow.
Apparently everybody on, like, there's Quarren and Aqualish and these shark people all on the same planet. Apparently.
Oh, dude, that Clone War season where they had the underwater battle, that was awesome.
The underwater battle.
Yes.
Exactly.
Big goober fish.
3-part thing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So let us move on.
There's always a bigger fish.
I apologize. I know the Star Wars people in the chat hate this, but we are going to move on to the MCU and talking about, as promised, we're going to be talking about Ms. Marvel, episode 1, which is Generation Y.
WHY.
Generation Y.
Which, by the way, let me just go into it. So obviously that's a play on Generation Y, which is the millennial generation. But the show is about Generation Z.
Which is interesting.
Why didn't you come on?
Some people may not know that, but
yeah.
Are we taking a break between the shows? Or are we just moving right?
No, we're moving straight in. We're not taking it. Do you need to take a break?
No. I missed the beginning. I didn't know if you had a bumper.
No, I don't. That's only if there's a Yellowstone show.
I see.
Because this is this the second time that there's been a Star Wars and a Marvel?
Yes. It was Loki and Bad Batch last year.
Loki and Bad Batch. Yep. So
we're
going straight. Yes. Thank you, Brian. I know that you're never going to watch Ms. Marvel, but I appreciate you sticking around.
And there will be spoilers, so just
we are. Look, this is 100%.
It's a pilot episode, though.
It's a pilot episode. It's 100%. Yeah,
you've had a week. You've been warned.
You've had a week. No, I know for a fact Brian probably won't ever watch it, so it won't matter. Ryfin, I forgot to write this down, and I don't want to grab my phone. Who are the directors of this?
This is the Bad Boys for Life directors.
Yeah, Bilal and it's Bilal and something else. But yes, you're right. Bad Boys for Life directors.
Bad Boys for Life.
They might be Pakistani themselves. They're
definitely it's Adil El Arbi and Bilal Falah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Falah.
Yeah. Look, I like these directors a lot.
Yes.
I thought Bad Boys for Life was really well done.
Yes.
And I think that for a show like this, there were some very cinematic moments. Like
they bring a really fun, fresh approach. Yeah.
I liked this show.
I did too.
I did too. Now
it was great.
Now
I was not expecting necessarily.
No, maybe because I'd set my bar low.
And that might be. Now, when I first watched it, and I think this benefited a lot for me watching it a second time. When I first watched it, I was like, I can't like this, right? I mean, this isn't as good as I want it to be.
Michael.
And so I watched it a second time, much more. I mean, the first time I watched it was at 2 a.m. or whatever.
Yeah,
it was 3 a.m.
You can't enjoy it.
Yeah, so I did it back. I did 2 a.m. Central Obi-Wan, and then like 2:45 Central. And so my brain was not ready to go.
Didn't like it. Yeah.
Well, my brain was not ready to go straight from Star Wars to a show like Ms. Marvel.
Right.
I really enjoyed it second time. I thought all the choices that were made from a directorial, were really great. I really, really like Iman Vellani.
I did too.
And she's good.
I did too.
Not just the act. She's a really good actress in the show, by the way. But also, just her as a person in the interviews. She's a huge Marvel nerd and Marvel fan, and I've enjoyed watching her nerd out to all things MCU and all things Marvel and correcting people on facts about certain things. And,
yeah, I like it.
It's great. Yeah.
No, she's like a legit. It's really a like unknown. What do they call it?
Unknown quantity, I guess.
Well, just sort of that casting of somebody just out of the blue, one in a million shot.
Yeah, basically, her grandmother got like a WhatsApp notification,
right?
And was given like
sent it to her
application, and she thought it was a scam, but she
didn't
put
think
in
it was
for
real. Yeah,
that is hilarious. So, I mean, I don't know this about her. Was she an actress before, or is this her first?
This is her first role,
first thing ever.
That is crazy.
I imagine she did theater in high school. I don't know that for a fact, but I imagine she did.
Yeah, I know, Roth. I know. It's okay. Look, you're fine, dude. You don't.
Oh, he said his piece. I got to go read.
You don't have
piece.
to.
Yeah, he's an old man yelling at a cloud.
You don't have to like everything.
He's what?
You don't have to like everything. And
I said he's an old man yelling at a cloud.
Look, I was fully prepared not to be engaged with this show, but I really liked what they did. Now, for me, and I think it helps for me because I don't know the character at all, so I had no familiarity whatsoever with Miss Marvel as a character, other than I've seen a few comic book covers, and that's about it. Like I haven't seen anything else, so I think that helped a lot. I like the whole concept of it. I like that Kamala Khan's like this fangirl of the Avengers in general.
Yeah,
she has a YouTube show about
Captain Marvel, though.
Especially Captain Marvel, but she has a it's set in
the current.
So 2023
time, right?
then.
Well,
Ryan,
whatever
who do you think Gen Z is, Brian?
It's post Snap, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, it's definitely post Snap.
Yeah.
So it'd
be
set in 2023 then.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're the Marvel
person.
Well,
2025.
2025.
There's a tribute, right? There's a tribute to to Iron Man and
2025. You're right.
Black Widow. So 2025,
Yeah, because there's a character.
Wait. So she's 15, 2025. She was born in 2010, technically, I think.
Yeah.
In this series. I don't know what genre. That may actually not even be Gen Z. That may actually be a different genre. I don't know. It's interesting. I have no idea.
Oh. I thought 15-year-olds. No, she might be a millennial then. Technically.
No, Mike.
Well, there's not anything between millennial and Gen Z. So she's Gen Z then.
I guess.
Yeah.
Until we come up with a new one.
There is a new one already for like the even younger than Gen Z, but I don't know what it's called.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm Gen Z. I'm like
Gen AA.
I'm one of the first years.
They've circled back.
I'm one of the first years you can be Gen Z. So
okay. I think she's considered Gen Z. Brian's just trying to confuse us.
She might be a Gen with her powers. Oh, the power of a Gen.
Exactly.
But
there is something. I don't know who that is, but that's really funny. I don't know who you are, but that's really funny.
Well, Jacob, there's going to be generations beyond Z.
Yeah.
So they probably go with numbers realistically, but
Gen 1, 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Where were we? Oh, so I mean, what did y'all think about all the animation and stuff?
I liked that a lot. Incorporation of it. Yeah,
I liked the way exactly. So
I love that.
One of my beefs with a lot of, I guess, Gen Z movies is when they're doing the texting thing, they just put the bland text up on the screen.
How you feel about this?
They put the bland text up on the screen, and it's just really boring and bland. This I liked the way they incorporated it into the scenes.
Yeah,
I thought it was really smart, and I'm glad they did it that way because it's look, you could easily be lazy and just do it the normal way, like you're just seeing a text on a phone or something like they do in a lot of movies. But I think this looked better than a lot of movies. Incorporated the text into the scenes and stuff.
You're right.
I loved it. I mean, I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah, it was really snappy pacing. I like the pacing of it.
Yes.
When it needed to be snappy, and then it slowed down for the family dynamics, I thought.
And it's
exactly
good.
Yeah.
This may be the first kids property that MCU's put out. I think it's definitely geared towards younger audiences.
Yeah.
More so than other films and shows we've gotten so far. I really like the dream sequences sort of too.
Yes,
her doing a bunch of stuff that she's not really going to do, and then it cutting back, and
yes,
when they show what really happened, like I'm going to jump out of my window and do a superhero landing, and then we're going to jump our bikes off. Yeah, that was awesome. And then and then they show the reality of how the whole scenario. Yeah, that was awesome. I love
the incorporation of pop music. I think is fine. I think it's needed. Apparently, the episode we're getting this morning has a great song from the '80s that they use. That everybody, all the critics that have already seen it, are excited because everybody's going to get to see how they incorporate this '80s song.
Running up a hill?
No, it's not going to be the Stranger Things one, but they said that it's as big.
That's what I'm listening to right now.
It'll be as popular as that. We'll see.
Okay, me and Brian maybe hold off. Running up that hill.
There's not that many people watching. There's more people watching Stranger Things than Miss Marvel.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
But anyways,
yeah, Kate Bush, I grew up in the 80s. She wasn't that popular in my neck of the woods. She was kind of like the
My dad had a couple of her albums.
I'm not saying she wasn't like very good, but I mean, I think I was just too young to appreciate her at that time. Like that.
Oh, no.
That would have been more of a college kind of vibe.
There's some of her stuff, not to get off on a Kate Bush, like,
sorry.
But there's some of her stuff that is so weird that I can't even get into it. There's
I went down a Kate Bush video rabbit hole, and I was like, oh, that's right.
No, Brian. Yeah, you guys are around the same age.
No, you're right, Brian. I wasn't. Totally
you were like a more U2 fan, weren't you? Like that type of thing.
Well, I was the kid that was like, I don't need to get off in this, but yeah, I was like U2, Police.
Yeah,
I had a Duran Duran moment, and then I did a lot of looking backwards because I was a trumpet player, so I was all into like. I was going down to the local record store and buying like old Chicago albums.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Brian was like Brian was more Joy Division and stuff like that. So
that's later than Now I did get my REM phase going at one point, but it's still
Murmur. Yeah, everybody did.
Still pretty populist. Yeah.
My looking back as a trumpet player was Wynton Marsalis, so I guess that
he's good too.
Violent Femmes. Look at that post-punk zine kid.
Okay, Brian wins.
Yeah, Brian. Totally. Yeah, over U2, Violent Femmes all the way.
What? Wait a minute. What kind of blasphemy is being talking here? No, this had a John Hughes vibe to it. It had sort of that, snappy.
Okay.
I thought
you're right. John Hughes.
Yeah, sort of.
Well, also the snappy dialogue in the sense that maybe these kids that are 15 really in real life might not be talking the same way and having intelligent like John Hughes was known for all his characters probably having elevated conversations above their age, and that's kind of like how I felt about these characters. Like some of this felt like, I don't know, a little bit John Hughes, like you said, the whole John Hughes things where they're having elevated conversations. Like I thought that the Bruno character was funny. Matt Lintz is the actor that's playing him. I thought he was good. You saw a little moment there where he might have a crush.
Yes,
I think there might be something.
She seemed to be kind of into it as well. So
I think so. I think that they're at that point in their relationship where they're just trying to pretend it's not there. So they're just trying to like really hard to just be friends, even though they might have feelings for each other.
Let me say this though, in her culture, that would probably be shut down by the dad. Possibly.
They're very.
It depends. It depends on how
Well, in this
I did
show,
like
it's probably
that they
the mom.
respected the culture. Well, that too. So I like the parents. I really the scene that
Muniba and Yusuf.
Muniba. I love the scene. This is probably what got me. The scene where they tell her she can't go, and then they come in and go, "We found a way for you to go." And he made that outfit, and then the dad comes in. I'm going with you, and he's.
And I love the earnestness of that because he's trying so hard to connect with his daughter.
Yes,
and just like a 15-year-old.
But they're trying to, and I can relate to
something
this.
Stupid.
I can totally relate to this because they're trying to keep their daughter young, and she's grown up, and they don't want her to grow up. And it's that age, like they're just trying to keep her. And the whole beginning scene with that very recognizable character actor as the driving instructor,
That was great.
That dude, I've seen that dude in so many things.
Hey, it's like maybe nobody will notice. He's like, "That's my car.
That's my car." I mean, that dude, he's so great at like the deadpan. I've seen that actor quite a bit, and he's
and the
really
mom
funny.
trying to defend. Well, why would you?
Yeah.
I've been teaching her to drive.
Were defending her.
Yeah, both parents were defending.
Which I think they really captured a lot of the cultural.
They're very good.
Sort of, I like that part a lot. And the brother's kind of this guy, but he's like, yeah, just kind of like drifting in and out.
One question I've got: do you think the way Muniba reacted to the class, the band, do you think she knew what that was?
That's a great question.
Because in that moment, seeing it when I watched it the second time. Yeah, she very quickly said that's just junk.
Yes.
No.
I noted that the first time I watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, she said something about a lot of our family is dreamers and something.
It almost reminded me a little bit of, is it Turning Red? Is that the movie that just came out?
Yes.
Where the grandmother knew it, the mother knew like the history of the family, and they were trying to shut it down. It almost felt like that she knew what that band would do.
She tried to move it away quickly.
Yeah,
maybe she's a superhero herself.
It's very like, and I think
in Pakistan,
I think,
and grandma maybe.
Yeah, the grandmother knew. Yeah, it's almost like Shang-Chi, where it's like been the rings have gone down through family and all of that. Yeah. So it's almost like that. Yes, we know, Jake.
And Shang-Chi technically didn't go down through family.
Well, just knew. Yeah,
he lived for a long time.
Yeah.
He kept.
Then I guess his son gets it. Yeah.
His son eventually gets it. Yeah, exactly. So I thought that was interesting because isn't that different than the comic? Like how she has her powers.
She's an inhuman who gets hit with Terrigen mist, I guess.
So they have to
goes
change
through Terrigenesis and becomes an inhuman with her embiggening powers. I don't really know her that well.
But obviously they had to change that because they're not doing the Inhumans thing in the MCU so much.
The weird thing is like, why not? But I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't hate the power change. There are a lot of people that do, like really rabid.
Yeah, some people love the comic and they're just like,
yeah. Well, sure. I mean, there's always going to be that, but
I think it's similar enough that they're going for almost more of a Green Lantern vibe with it, though.
So that was my other question. When she first got the band and the energy started going through her body, she did this flip thing, and there was all these like people with white eyes. Now, is that what's going on with that?
That was interesting.
I have no idea,
and that's the one we don't know about yet.
It was
some
like
people said that might be like
she went to another.
Yeah, maybe it's the people who had the band before. That'd be
the ancestral plane, like with maybe she'll meet Black Panther out there.
Oh, yeah. For a second, I thought maybe that she was in the same the quantum realm for a second.
So one thing I saw, jinns,
I think it's
jinns are like genies, right? And so there's a bad villain, because I just saw this on a recent thing. There's a villain that's like an evil jinn, and so some people think that that's signifying that that's going to be the villain.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
I like that. So
that's
treating,
total speculation by
they're treating this
YouTube
like
talking head, so
almost like a genie type power, like with the band. Okay, I like that. I'm into that. I liked her other friend Nakia, who we haven't seen much of, but I think she's a cool character. She's obviously an advocate for Kamala, like helping her out, and as she's being bullied at school and whatnot.
I don't even remember.
She had the cloth.
Okay.
Yes. She's the other friend.
And even the girl that was like
Zoe.
She wasn't totally nasty to her. She was just like,
no, because they mentioned they mentioned that they used to be friends.
Overreact, but anyway.
Yeah, they mentioned they used to be friends as kids though, because her mom used to take them places and everything. Because I think Nakia or Bruno at one point was like, maybe her mom could take us to the Avenger Con, which I love the concept of Avenger Con.
That was awesome.
And I want it to be real.
I know. We need an Avenger Con.
I forgot to change my name.
I did too. I'm not gonna.
I'm the damage.
Well, I had one prepared already. So
go ahead and change it. We'll allow it. There you go. AvengerCon attendee rifle.
I like it.
Yeah, we needed to allow you to change that.
Which was located where? A very famous place.
Well, they said, and I can't remember.
Camp Lehigh.
Yeah,
where Steve Rogers trained.
Yes.
So it was actually set on the old base called.
Good Easter egg.
And also, was Lehigh not involved in Endgame, or did they not go to Lehigh, or was that a different? That was New Jersey.
What didn't they go to Lehigh in one of the Captain America?
Or Winter Soldier?
Maybe
I think they went to Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, they did.
Yeah.
And there was Zola.
Yes, the computer. Yeah.
Zola.
Oh, okay.
We know our Avengers, Mike. Michael, do you even Avengers, bro?
No, I really don't. I would love that. I mean, and Kevin Feige hinted about Avengers Con. I would love there to be an actual Avenger Con.
There needs to be a
like, why not
a celebration for Marvel? Basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, Marvel is way more movies than Star Wars,
but they got movies, and like Star. They've also got the comics, and you can do all kinds of stuff.
Oh, Lehigh and Endgame. Okay.
They need to definitely have that.
I like that it was kind of a low rent event though. Yes. Like you feel like it was one of the first ones.
They said it was the first one.
It was a local con.
Local con, yeah. So it had that sort of like put together feel.
Well, but she also did mention it was the very first one. That's why she really wanted to be a part of it. She's like, it's the first one. That's why she asked her parents. It's like history. So I think Ryfin mentioned it earlier, like where she's having this whole like plan outlined to escape the house. I loved all of that.
On the tree branch.
Swing on the tree branch. Go on the
superhero land.
Jump on the bike. Off.
Land on the.
Land on the bus. I thought all of that was very awesome. And I even like the concept, and this is very much like school counselor, but they had Mr. Wilson, the counselor, trying to lecture her at the beginning, like, you need to get your life together, you need to figure out what you want to do, like all of that type of stuff. It's very.
But he was trying to be very like.
But he was trying to be cool.
Yeah, he's trying to
My dad's cool Mr. Wilson. Call me whatever his name is. I can't remember what he said his name is, but it's. I will buy you a drink at AvengerCon, dude. If there's an AvengerCon, yeah, exactly. Well, actually, Roth Celebration 1 is Denver. Celebration 0 was the 15th anniversary of Star Wars, I believe. That's the one where when you hear people talk about Celebration 0, that was that very first one that I think was in LA. That was at the 15th anniversary of Star Wars. Celebration 0, Celebration 1 is Denver. You were close though, buddy. Look it up.
Try, buddy.
It's on the internet. But yeah, anyways, I'm very into the show. I wanted it to actually be a shorter episode because I like the idea of a show like this being a bit quicker paced, like 30. Give me like a 30-minute show.
I thought the pacing was fine.
No, it was, but and I guess they had to do a lot in this first episode. They did have to do quite a bit.
How many episodes is it going to be?
6. It's also just 6, like Obi-Wan. Dude, I don't know who put it on.
That's probably true. Starlog was very
probably high. That's probably
that's how I got all my information back in the 70s.
Back in
a lot of wrong information.
Well, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
We could get. They would have the wrong names of characters,
Yeah. Oh, dude, Starlog was. Yeah, they were always very wrong.
Dad was reading me some the other day. It was funny. Some from his collection.
I wish I had the old Starlog. The only thing that I still have are some really old, like Star Wars Insiders from back in the day. Omni magazine. Oh my gosh. I think I even remember that.
Oh, Omni magazine, yeah.
I think I even remember Omni.
That was the science magazine, right?
Yeah, there was, but there was another one too. Well, there was Popular Mechanics also. That was super popular.
Yeah, but Omni was like this heady, futuristic, future casting.
I understand, Roth. I did one up you, so you had to one up me. Okay, so that's one thing we don't know is who the villain is yet. Now we do see Agent Cleary at the very end.
No villain.
Yes. from Spider-Man No Way Home.
He's part of the damage control. That's me. Yes. I'm the officer for the.
Yeah, you're damage control officer. I like the fact that they had a cut scene. I'm always into that, like an or this was technically a mid-credit scene.
Well, and I imagine this was shot around the time of No Way Home, by the way, because there's a lot of talk of in the cast interviews that Miss Marvel was shooting at the same time on the Atlanta sound stages as Spider-Man No Way Home.
And Loki too.
I imagine the guy who plays Cleary just went between the sets.
Yeah,
probably for Spider-Man and over to Miss Marvel.
Yeah, because I'm guessing that his character is going to be in this quite a bit. I mean, if he's
I would imagine so.
Oh,
he's going to be in it more than No Way Home, I imagine. Yeah.
So he's also got Agent, I guess, Deaver with him or something like that. I can't remember her. I looked up her character name, but Alicia Reiner plays her. Now, she's a character that was not in Spider-Man, though. He's the only one that was in Spider-Man.
I don't think anyone else is.
Yeah, I think Agent Cleary was the only one that was from Spider-Man No Way Home. So that was cool. When I saw him, I was like, oh, yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home. And also, the first time I saw the guy, he was in Succession, which is a fantastic show. And he's really good in Succession because he hasn't really done much in his career. He's only been around for a few years. So he's definitely making waves if he's in the MCU now.
Yeah.
So good for him. Overall, though, I thought it was a fantastic pilot. It did everything you would want in a pilot, introduced all the characters in a fun way. I guess the only thing it didn't establish was who the villain would be. And we can get that though in episode 2.
That's all right. It's kind of origin story, I guess, for this.
This was basically an origin story.
And I've seen a lot of people say this, but it had very Homecoming vibes in terms of the spirit it was trying to capture.
Yes,
yeah, I did.
I agree.
It did. That's a good call.
I mean, I hate to give Sony credit for anything, but yes, it did.
Look, at the end of the day, we all know who's writing those stories.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Well, and one thing that I found interesting is that during Avengers Con, as they were going through Avengers Con, they didn't have any Spider-Man stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, I know in real life it's because they can't. Sony probably wouldn't let them.
Probably not.
Also at the same time, like if you're going to have an actual Avengers Con in real life, you're going to have Spider-Man everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Dude, I'm ready for Morbius.
They need to release it a third time.
Give me all the Morbius. I want all the Morbius. So.
It's Morbin time or whatever.
Yes.
Mighty Morbin heroes.
I am too, Roth. I'll
put
probably
it back
watch
in the theaters. We'll go see it this time.
Yes. Hey, I'm going to see Spider-Man again in September. That's for sure.
Yeah, I definitely will do that.
Are they re-releasing it?
They're re-releasing it with extra footage, new content.
Ooh, okay.
Which usually doesn't mean it's going to be anything that like changes the story or anything.
I was going to say, I don't even imagine. There's a lot of people like, oh, it's going to be these 15 minutes. I'm like, guys, it might just be 2 minutes, and it might not even be in the film. Might be before, might be after.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Might want to calm down until we get more information.
Right. Yeah. Roth, as much as I would want Morbius in Miss Marvel, I don't think we're going to get that. It'd be great though. I just want Morbius too to be.
In terms of cameos in Miss Marvel, a big moment in the comics is, of course, Kamala Khan meeting Carol Danvers. So the big fan theory is that Brie will be in an episode at some point. So
I think so.
Our Brie lover here will get his fix.
Brie, Dr. Earl, Brie.
My Brie loving has waned a little bit, but
mine has too.
If she showed up, that would be pretty.
It'd be neat. It'd be
cool for the show.
It'd be cool for the show. I think that.
Oh yeah.
I would like to actually see them do that more with these MCU shows that they have on Disney Plus, like crossover. I mean, She-Hulk obviously is going to have a ton of actual Hulk in it. So, maybe not a ton. He'll be in the series though.
Yeah, he'll be integral to the plot.
He'll be integral to the plot. Coach, and I got my tickets, and I was really surprised. Usually in Birmingham, the AMC app crashes whenever there is an MCU movie, but I was able to snag it like right on. Hey, what's up, Ted? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, you missed the last couple, but we just got done talking Miss Marvel. We talked Obi-Wan a little bit earlier. We are at the 60 minutes. Anything that you would like to add about Miss Marvel that we may have missed?
I hate that Bruno's gloves got left in the ladies' room.
I know. Yeah.
But
you think that's not really going to be a plot point? Yeah, they're just light up LEDs. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's got real powers now and impressed all the people. So
yeah, I thought it was a solid start to a show that I didn't have huge expectations for. A really fun feeling to it, and I think that's a credit to that is partially those directors, the Bad Boys for Life guys. I think they're really solid, and they're doing the Batgirl. They're doing the Batgirl movie as well. So, I'm interested to see what they do with that.
Yeah, do they direct every episode? Or just this first one?
I think they do. I feel really bad because I'm usually down on this stuff.
Yeah, you are.
It's at least 2. It may be.
Oh, okay.
It may be 3. I don't know.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah. I mean, I just like the consistency, and I think that Obi-Wan is in a lot of ways benefiting from the consistency of having Deborah Chow direct every episode. I think that Marvel needs to consider that because they haven't really done that yet. I don't think. They haven't had the same director through every episode just yet of any of their series.
Is Deborah Chow
Loki?
Oh, Loki was the same director the whole time?
And so was WandaVision. And so was Falcon.
That's true. It was the same.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
all 3 of those had the same directors. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Matt Shackman for WandaVision, Kate Herron for Loki, and I cannot remember that Skoglund for Falcon.
Oh yeah, Carrie Skoglund or something like that. Okay, yeah, I forgot that was they did the same thing. I think we said this is 6 episodes.
Jacob, we said 6.
Yeah,
we said
6.
This episode.
Brian, I'm not sure what you're asking. Like when the next Star Wars show comes out.
It's
Andor.
It's Andor, isn't it?
Oh, Andor, yeah.
Yeah, I think Andor comes out
first or
no.
Is it
August? It's August something. Yeah, is when Andor comes out.
We're not very helpful.
No, but we did figure out that we're going to be nonstop. I mean, they're not going to give us a break at any time.
August 31st for Andor. And wait, when does Bad Batch start? Oh,
September.
Is that first?
Oh,
when does the Chronicles of Ula?
September 28th. Yeah, so they're not going to overlap, or they might because they will overlap. Obviously,
yes, they will absolutely overlap.
Yeah, because Andor's 12 episodes, which is crazy.
Whoa, Tony Gilroy's directing, right?
He well.
I don't know that he directed.
No. He just executive produced. Yeah, he executive produced.
But still.
So yeah, Andor and Bad Batch will definitely overlap, and if it overlaps with an MCU show, we'll be doing 3 shows at the same time. Guys,
we got to do more nights.
Guys, I just don't know. I don't know. More nights, I know. Look, we talked about we're gonna probably have to do that.
What about when Yellowstone?
I know.
We're gonna have Brian. They're not gonna have time for the Deucecast movie show because they're watching so many TV episodes.
Exactly. We're probably gonna have to do a new night for Yellowstone. We're gonna have to break it up. We had talked about Thursdays, but if it overlaps, we'll see. Maybe Earl's like, I'm out. Anyways, all right. Well, Ryfin, where can people find you on the interweb?
You can find me on Twitter at gryfin3, on Instagram as well. You can find me on Letterboxd at gryfin. I don't know that I did watch a movie this week.
Oh.
I was kind of busy though. I was also really sick, so that didn't help.
But you're better now. That's all that matters.
I'm mostly better now. The pain is gone. I had massive pain. In my throat specifically.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow. So you had strep.
That is why I got cortical. But I tested for strep. I tested
Maybe
negative.
You had whooping cough.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whooping. Oh, he had RSV.
Probably.
What is
out there?
I don't know.
It's circulating.
Right now. RSV's bad, dude.
Respiratory syncytial virus.
I bet that's exactly what you had.
Oh.
If your throat hurt like that, that's RSV sounding.
It was bad. But steroids helped. Take steroids, guys.
And steroids work very well against RSV.
Man, you just get so many thoughts with steroids. You're like, I can do everything.
Yeah.
I can conquer the world.
Methylprednisolone.
Methylprednisolone.
Ted, I am very much with you on that.
Oh wow.
On that sentiment. I'm very
wow. Maybe I'll go watch Tree of Life right now. Just feel it.
No.
Just the
cleanse
joy
your soul.
of the poetry.
Yeah.
Visual. It's like visual poetry coming in front of you.
You won't like her when she's angry. a She-Hulk reference.
Oh yeah. You got to watch that.
Dr. Earl is off the grid, unless somebody tags him about a pretentious movie in Discord, and then it's like the bat signal goes up, and he jumps into Discord.
Crap about Tree of Life.
Unless you're talking crap about Tree of Life, exactly.
Yeah, I can't go there.
And then I am mostly on Deucecast Discord, and then I've got a Letterboxd account. I've been watching some movies lately. I've been trying to do a little bit better because what has happened is Roth has watched more movies than me this year, and I'm not happy about it.
Oh,
and
yeah,
so I am trying to catch Roth at this point. I think Roth's at 120 something. I'm only at like 101, and I cannot allow this. I can't let.
I'm watching TV.
I can't let it happen. I'm watching it all.
Wait, do I need to listen to Jacob's episode on Good Day for a Movie?
It's good. It's good.
Tree of Life.
You should listen to it.
I have not listened.
I'm just talking about for that.
I'll listen. I haven't.
It's what millennials think of Tree of Life. You should.
Oh no, that's no. That's not a selling point.
You should watch it. Tomorrow, a really fun episode of the Deucecast Movie Show drops with Matt Mink as our special guest.
Yeah,
we have a really fun time talking about movies that music is integral to, but aren't necessarily musicals. Yes. In fact, none of them are musicals. We kicked musicals out.
Movies about music.
We kicked documentaries out. So these are just narrative features.
La La Land. I'm sorry. I just,
Yeah.
It was not mentioned, sir.
Yes, it does. Roth, go ahead and plug your show in the chat so everybody knows how to find it. It's a good day for a movie podcast. It's really fun. It's a really fun show. It's what millennials think about movies. That's how I've been on it a couple times. I got to talk.
Is that the tagline?
No, that's just what I'm saying. I got to talk Gremlins one time because these guys are millennials and they had never seen Gremlins, and so we got to watch Gremlins this past Christmas.
Michael's like, back in my day, we watched it on the theater.
I watched it on the CTR on the 4:3 television in black and white.
I had the pan and scan.
See, Brian, the deal is, if you're a white dude, you've probably got a podcast. That's basically what the deal is. And I've been on a couple Oscar episodes. Have I done another just movie other than Gremlins?
Didn't you do?
I thought I did one other.
The Nick Cage one, right?
Oh yeah, everything. No.
He is not a bat.
Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Yes,
was the Nick Cage episode that I was on, and it was fun. That was a really fun episode, because yet again, these guys have not seen a lot of Nick Cage movies, and so I'm like telling them Nick Cage movies they need to watch so they can understand how great Nick Cage is. I mean,
at least they watched Paddington 2.
Yes, Paddington 2 was a good episode as well, because Paddington 2 does make people cry because it is such a great movie.
It's a great movie.
That's
what I hear.
A fantastic movie. So, of course, next week we will be back talking the penultimate episode of Obi-Wan.
Yes.
My goodness.
Wow.
Good gracious. Which comes out tomorrow. And then episode 2 of Miss Marvel as well. We will be
I hear there's a new writer for the Obi-Wan show. For these last 2 episodes. Is that right?
Really?
I'm checking it out. There was something that was talked about.
Something different than who wrote the previous 4? Interesting.
Might be wrong.
Well, we'll see what happens with that. I appreciate everybody in the chat. It's always really fun for us to interact with you guys in the chat as we are recording this, because we don't release this as a podcast episode.
Oh, Andrew Stanton is writing.
What?
Yes, he's writing 3 episodes. The last.
Wait, so 4, 5, and 6? No,
it can't be 4, 5.
So the last 2 episodes.
It's listed. Yeah, series writing credits.
Andrew.
That's
Stanton?
it. Andrew Stanton.
Yeah, it says 2 episodes on Wikipedia.
So it must be 5 and 6. Okay, interesting.
I haven't been paying attention to who the writers are. So
I like it because Andrew Stanton is a Pixar guy, right?
Yeah, that's right. Didn't he do?
I don't know. You can't quiz me on that.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can't quiz me on that. I don't know.
Yeah,
he wrote Toy Story, Toy Story 2, Finding Nemo.
Wow. Wow.
Wally. He wrote Wally.
Wowie Zowie.
Yeah, so I mean, that's...
he directed Wally as well. So
holy cow, dude, I'm ready for it.
I don't know what that translates for Star Wars, but it sounds like
it could translate to a lot of good stuff. He also do John Carter of Mars or whatever? Didn't he direct?
Yes, he did. Involved. He directed John Carter of Mars.
He directed John Carter,
which is not a bad listen.
That's Earl's favorite movie.
No, well, no. That's Tree of Life, but no,
dude,
it's not.
Roth.
Whoa, shut up.
This might be the worst take.
Man?
This is the worst take I've ever seen Roth have ever.
Look, I think Wally may be a little bit overrated in some circles, but it's
how can you say
that's such a bad way to end. Okay, well, Lola says she's got a tracker on her. She doesn't say, we're messing up here. These are the last.
Don't up. Okay, no. All right,
we gotta get out. Yeah, we gotta get out of here.
This man has no soul.
This man has no soul. We'll be back next week, guys. Really appreciate everybody hanging out. And
say didn't even cry at the beginning. I mean, come on.
Yeah, if for some reason you are watching this and want to hang out on the Deucecast Discord, just find us on Twitter at the Deucecast and send us a DM, and we will definitely add you to the Deucecast Discord. It is a great alternative to all the other horrible social media that is out there. So I would definitely recommend the Deucecast Discord for just really fun conversation about movies, TV, sports, all kinds of cool stuff that we talk about in there, away from the evils of Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and all of that junk. So we will see you guys next week. Everybody have a great night.